What's good, y'all? I've got some sweet buffs for Ribombee. Before I get into them, though, I want to have a quick disclaimer for anybody who just happened to be clicking on this video or who has yet to do so. First of all, welcome. Second of all, make sure you check out that link in the description. There's a Google Sheet. It's a giant Google Sheet, all right? It's extremely detailed. There's a lot of information on it, but it's very easy to navigate. There's a lot of really useful categories on the bottom that you can navigate to. The most important one being the Search All Moves Here guide, where you can check out the 600 plus move buffs and changes detailed and organized in several different categories for your viewing convenience. It's really easy to navigate, I promise. It took me a really long time to make, so please give those a look because those move buffs and changes heavily impact the way that the Pokemon function now. As you can see on screen, there's tons of brand new moves, as well as any move that you already knew what it was or what it used to do. It probably does something different now, or it's stronger, or something like that. So please do give those a look. But with that out of the way, Ribombee, super cool buffs. Like I said in other videos, the Totem form does have different stats, but in this case, it's one of those cases where you have to wait a while to evolve. So that's a big con, especially if you're doing a team locked Nuzlocke and you had a Cutiefly on your team on Melee Island. You're going to want to evolve it as soon as it hits 23 on Akala Island in time for Araquanid. You're going to be shooting yourself in the foot by keeping Cutiefly for all of Akala Island, because you won't get to Mali City until after Olivia, of course. But if you have Cutiefly sitting in the PC, or you're not doing team lock and you want to go for that Totem Ribombee, then go ahead and use it. It does have more HP, so on the special, and it has more HP, more special attack, and more special defense, so it is bulkier overall, and it has, it's slightly stronger. But the main difference is the abilities. So the base Ribombee and Cutiefly have Fairy Aura. Reason I chose that ability for them, it's a pretty widespread ability, same with Dark Aura and this hack. If you read the Pokedex entries, it talks about being able to sense auras. People who have auras resembling flowers. Cutiefly can pick up the auras of living things. It skillfully reads those auras. An opponent's aura can tell Cutiefly what the opponent's next move will be, and that's just Cutiefly. I feel like Ribombee talks about those less, but yeah, just Cutiefly alone, I feel like, justifies Fairy Aura. So pretty cool ability, very strong. That's a 30% boost. So with Stab, that actually stacks and becomes a 1.95 times boost. So it's almost like adaptability, but only for Fairy type moves, if you want to get a reference for how strong it is. So that's really good. And then, of course, you have Levitate, which tons of Pokemon on this hack get access to. Every Pokemon is balanced to have 2 good abilities to switch between with an infinite use ability capsule that you get at the beginning of the game. So in this case, you'd be switching to Levitate when you need to take a ground type hit for that boss fight. That's great. That's a really valuable tool, especially on a frail Pokemon, or at least physically frail Pokemon like Ribombee. So you can switch in on those ground moves. There's all types of new ground type moves, and they're all really strong. And yeah, it's good to have that immunity as a Bug Fairy type. Bug Fairy also no longer resists Bug. So you are vulnerable at first impression, which keeps the Serene Grace Revelation Dance spam in check. If you aren't familiar with this hack and you don't know what that does, Revelation Dance will become Fairy type in this case. I have to change. This is one of the cases I forgot to change their primary typing. Hold on. That's just so that way it's Fairy Aura boosted as well. So like it's not useless on the other form. Not that it would be useless, but I feel like I'd rather have Bug Buzz on the other form if it wasn't for, yeah. But this is better. This is like objectively better Dazzling Gleam, because Dazzling Gleam is a fit as a 25% chance to boost special attack and 80 base power. So Revelation Dance is objectively better than that, which is cool. It's a nice little upgrade for late in the game. Of course, that Serene Grace one, the Totem form, just on top of being bulkier and slightly stronger, will have that guaranteed boost from Revelation Dance. It's not going to be able to 6-0 teams, even if you get a Quiver Dance up or anything like that. It's just not going to be able to do that unless you're smart about it. But if you if you, for example, bait the first impression user in and they only have 1, then you can maybe get a sleep going with, like, assuming that you outspeed everything, which you honestly might, although you aren't guaranteed plus speed nature or max speed IVs. So a lot of Pokemon that you'd want to think outspeed you would outspeed you in this hack. That goes for all types of fast trail Pokemon. Not that they're frail. On the special side, they're pretty damn bulky, especially Totem Ribombee. And then, of course, they have incredible utility moves to abuse throughout the entire game. So for Melee Island, they've got really fun stuff like Sweet Scent and Stun Spore and all that good stuff. And then later on, they'll get stuff like Aromatic Mist, which is Sweet Scent but double. So Sweet Scent drops special stats by 1, Aromatic Mist drops them by 2. You've got Charm and Befriend. You're very fast. It's good to have that utility, to drop the opponent's stats, because again, in game a stat drop is permanent. The AI doesn't switch out unless they use a switch move. Strength stat, very, very good. That's in time for Olivia. That's a really nice healing move over Roost. And of course, that decreases the opponent's attack and heals you by a lot. So that's a great move. Serene Grace Bug Buzz has a Serene Grace, Bug Buzz, and Air Slash have 60% flinch rates, so that's also great with Serene Grace, especially because you're super fast, so that's pretty fucking crazy. Sticky Web in time for probably Guzma. Yeah, most likely in time for Guzma, the first Guzma fight. So Sticky Webs is great. Just to have that for certain boss fights. If you want it for your team, you don't always need to use that though. Priority Heart Swap is great for Total Mimikyu and just to have as a little stop. What's the word? Stop guard, I guess, to set up sweepers and stuff. But honestly, you have all types of priority, especially TMs, like Sucker Punch and First Impression, so I wouldn't be worried about it. In this case, you do have Silvergill and Pixie Dust as priority moves. I wouldn't keep them past like maybe Hala, because like you could use it for Hala to like out prioritize a Bullet Punch, for example, or something like that. But after that, I wouldn't say it's worth it because you're super fast alone. Siphon and Draining Kiss. Siphon is slightly better than Draining Kiss, but they're both 50 base power moves that heal 75 or 100% of the HP you deal, depending on which move. So those are great. Of course, Draining Kiss is very aura boosted, while Siphon is not, so it kind of evens out. Struggle Bug, Disarming Voice, drop the attack and special attack stats by 1. Those are 60 base power moves. Very good. You could keep those for a long time even. It just depends on your other teammates and the moves on your teammates that you would want to run. Moonblast, very strong, 100%, 95% accurate, but it's 100 base power. Bug Bomber, good stab. Bug Buzz is 95, while Bug Bomber is overall 112.5, but you are trading that power and flinch rate for crit and accuracy. So Fleur Cannon, Fairy Aura plus Bug Bomber could be a pretty cool combo. Fleur Cannon dropping a special attack stat and being very, very powerful at 150 base power, and then Bug Bomber ignores that special attack drop. That's a pretty cool little combo, although, again, that 10% chance to miss in a Nuzlocke is death, especially on a frail Pokemon like this. On the physical side, you're not going to want to risk that 10% chance unless you just don't care, in which case more power to you, but I would not do that. Sleep Powder, pretty great. 85% accurate, always lasts for 2 turns. Sleep is reworked to always last for 2 turns, so you can get off a guaranteed Quiver Dance or Nasty Plot or something. But again, like I said at the beginning of the video, setup is not that great in this hack. I would not run it unless you're specifically planning out every turn of that fight, which is something that I recommend you do anyways. And then at that point, yeah, you could probably kill like 4 Pokemon if you're really smart about it, but that takes a lot of forethought and planning and knowledge of the AI and stuff, so not everybody has that. In general, you're not going to be able to just set up on the lead and win the game anymore. Z Powder is pretty cool. Powder in general is good versus fire types because the AI will spam a fire type move and you can make them die if you click it 4 times. I believe I changed it. Is that a 3 PP or 5 PP? It's 3 PP, yeah, so you can't murder a fire type for free. I might change that. I'm going to change that to 5. Why not? It's only 1 Pokemon. It's not a big deal. 5 is fair. So yeah, you can use that 5 times and the AI will kill themselves after 4, assuming they keep using that fire type move. And then of course the Z effect will give you +1 to all your stats, like a lot of Z moves do in this hack. Again, like I said, setup's not that great, but it's still pretty cool to have for certain fights. You can definitely take advantage of that. Let me just edit these on the Google Sheet. Yeah, if you haven't seen what the move sheet looks like yet, for some reason, even though I literally say it and everybody to go look at it, and you haven't done it, this is what it looks like, all right? It's organized in a lot of categories, so... Oh god, it's gonna be weird because it's a... Powder is like a move, a word that's in a lot of moves, so I'm not even gonna bother changing another description, it's fine. I'm too lazy. So, yeah, overall, it's just great. The special attack is like weirdly high, but I don't know. I figured it fits pretty well. I would have ideally it would have been more like 101, 106, but then the base stat total would be an awkward number. If it was 500 base stat total, it would be 101 special attack and 90 speed F, which fits pretty well too. Honestly, I would be fine with that. But I don't know. This is cooler. Ribombee's a cool Pokemon. Why not? I don't think this is that unfitting, anyways. Overall, though, lots of really fun things. There's a couple other things I didn't even touch on, but Serene Grace and Fairy Aura and other utility moves I didn't touch on. You can check out what those do in the description below because I'm running out of time. So I appreciate you listening this far into the video. Leave a comment down below if you did. Let me know if you listened this far in. If you did listen this far in and you're not subscribed yet, definitely make sure you subscribe. And as always, check out that Google Sheet below. Thanks so much, and I'll be back for more. Peace.